What do you think of Micah Parsons?
Great player. I mean, he's a guy. That's it. He's, 17 sacks, 15 sacks? Not too many people have done that. So I think he's the first one to do it in that many games. So, I mean, his greatness as of now. He's on a roll.
Kayvon, how have you been approaching taking mental reps while you've been on the sideline? Everybody takes them differently. How has your approach been?
I mean, just making sure I'm mentally focused, taking mental reps. You got to really lock in, pay attention, and hone in on those details.
Kayvon, to get back to Micah a second, do you feel an added incentive maybe to get on the field against him? You guys going to be in the division for a long time.
I play defense, he played defense. I don't really think there's I'm not trying to beat him. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to play to the best of my ability, knowing that it's going to be, a great game and it's going to be a lot of eyes on it. So really trying to, perform under lights.
But you're going to be measured against him for a couple of years here to come.
I mean, who's going to be doing the measuring? Well.
So if you're playing,
I'm sorry. Do you kind of lick your chops a little bit, knowing that you're going up against a rebuilt offensive line, that it's still early in the season, they haven't really gelled to the point mid-season or so?
I think the opportunity. When we go against any line, whether they're vets, whether they're rookies, whether they've been together or not, I think you always try to find tendencies in different players that you can try to take advantage of, or different, situations that you can try to be your best. So for me, I wouldn't say I lick my chops, but I would say any team we play against, I try to find their weaknesses and figure out, how I can use them to my advantage.
How do you kind of keep yourself from going 100 miles an hour after, so many weeks off, kind of pacing yourself, or do you pace yourself if you're clear to play?
When you say pace yourself, as far as?
As far as, some guys are so hyped up that they just go 100 miles an hour, coming off of an injury, or do you not think of that?
I mean, the thing I think that people don't realize is that, whether you're injured or not injured, once you decide to step on the field, between the whistles, it doesn't really matter. So just making sure that I can go. Today was a day, like you say, to open up and really try to go that 100 to see what it would feel like. So being able, to do that was a good thing from today.
What do you feel like you have to prove to yourself to be out there?
That I can go. I mean, just I can be healthy and I can perform the different moves and tasks that I need to kind of, to do my job at a high level.
Kayvon, growing up, were you a guy who watched Monday Night Football sometimes, all the time, never?
I would say I probably didn't watch football until I got older because of the games kind of late and it was just it was slow. So for me, I was cartoon guy. So I didn't really start watching, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football until I started getting recruited and really, started paying attention to the big leagues.
So you watched it more recently?
More recently, yeah. I didn't watch it as a kid.
Do you think it's a big deal?
I would say it's a big deal as far as player individually. I feel like the way games go in the NFL, or those bigger games, you make plays in the Super Bowl, you're probably going to be looked at as a better player than you are, because it's the Super Bowl, because it's the height of the game. So big games like this, whether it's a national championship, Super Bowl, Monday Night Football, I'm not saying it compares to Super Bowl, but in a sense where everybody's watching, I wouldn't say add pressure to me, but in a sense where if you do better, it will amplify. We're in New York.
You need permission from Hadi to play?
How are you avoiding being frustrated by the fact that you're not on the field yet?
That doesn't really frustrate you. You got to have a understanding of where you want to get to, right? If I tried to focus too much on the now, of course you'd be down, but just trying to focus on the future of what, we have in store and what, I have in store for myself.
Has it taken longer than you thought when you first did it?
I mean, I'm not the bone doctor, so I couldn't really tell you how long it was going to take or what it was going to feel like. But I mean, as far as my mental and my body, it's been a good process, having to come back.
Drew said last week that he told you and Aziz after week one that you guys can make pretty good assistant outside linebackers coaches. I'm assuming that is not a job you want anytime soon moving forward.
I mean, I didn't get that question.
Well, you were relegated to that role to being on the sidelines, supporting teammates who weren't out on the field where you.
So you're saying? I mean, of course, nobody.
I gotta imagine that.
Yeah, nobody wants to be on the sideline, but I think that's the part of the team sport where you really got to be humble in the fact that I can't win a game, I can't lose a game. All I can do is contribute to the outcome. So for me, even when I'm not on the field, just trying to figure out how I can contribute to the guys I'm playing with.